Welcome, lovely people, to Magnetize Official. I love having you here. Whether you are new to the channel or a returned member of our beautiful community, I am sending you lots of love and light from wherever you are in the world. This is a place to connect deeply with your own divine energy, your soul purpose, and explore the powerful law of attraction that is constantly working for you. Here, we dive into intuitive readings, spiritual insights, and energetic shifts that support your personal and spiritual growth, particularly around soul connection, love, and alignment. I encourage you to take a moment to leave a "Yes, I'm ready" in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your energetic connection with the messages coming through today. Let's set our intentions together and trust that the right guidance will find you at the perfect time. Thank you for being here. Let's dive into today's reading and let the magic unfold. I didn't know exactly how to start this video today, but I took a few deep breaths, cleared my mind and energy, and pressed the record button. And just like that, as the recording began, I received a little download that I want to share with you today. This message is for a specific group of divine women, and to be honest, I don't know exactly where this reading will go. I only know the starting point, and from there, we'll see how things unfold. I think what we're going to talk about today is a dynamic that many of you may be experiencing. It seems like people are immediately drawn to you, but then they disappear just as quickly. For the divine feminine I'm speaking to, this is an emotionally complex situation. I'm hearing that you often sense the deeper meaning of certain connections before the other person even realizes it, whether it's with soulmates, twin flames, or any form of soul connection, or even if there isn't a label at all, but there's a spiritual purpose behind the encounter. You feel it from the moment it happens. I'm seeing this divine feminine being almost magnetically drawn to someone across a room. Maybe you've experienced this yourself, suddenly feeling this pull towards someone in public or other settings. And I'm hearing that this is because a soul contract between you and that person has been activated. Whenever you feel that pull, it's a sign that something deeper has been set into motion. The word telepathy is coming through strongly. There's a telepathic connection between you and this person, even if you're not fully conscious of it. And even if you're somewhat aware of this connection, I'm hearing that the other person usually isn't, at least not at first. You tend to be more aware of this energetic link, while they may realize it over time. This is why people often experience your energy as what's sometimes called a slow burn. Interestingly, I almost said soul burn instead, because it's as if you leave a mark on someone's soul, a kind of metaphorical tattoo. You leave a lasting impression on everyone you meet, especially those you connect with in a meaningful way. I'm picking up that this imprint you leave on others is deeply connected to unconditional love. It's because you share this loving, open energy in a way that's so profoundly felt, leaving a lasting impact. However, the way people experience you can be really complex and layered. As I'm channeling, I feel a wave of heaviness, because I sense that, for the specific divine feminine I'm tuning into right now, this deeply emotional and spiritual way of connecting with others is draining. It's like it takes so much out of you, even though it feels like such a core part of your soul's purpose here on Earth. The word misunderstood is coming through strongly. Perhaps you often feel misunderstood in these dynamics or connections. The people you encounter usually don't fully understand why you're in their lives, or the deeper meaning behind your connection. They feel that undeniable pull toward you, but there's so much more beneath the surface that they don't see right away. There's a lot to unpack here, and I'm sure you can already tell that so much is coming through. If you've made it this far, I really hope this message is resonating with you in some way. By the way, I typically mention this at the start, but if you'd like me to channel more specifically for you, I recommend subscribing to the channel. It helps with the energetic transference and allows me to tune into your energy more easily, bringing through messages that are more personal to your situation. All right, I'm now pulling up what I like to call my love word scramble, a tool I use to channel specific words that might resonate with some of you in a unique way. The first words that popped up are Danny and scientist. That could be significant for someone listening. Now, about the word scientist. Just so you know, whenever I channel specific details like names, dates, astrological signs, or things like that, always trust your intuition. These details are usually meant for specific individuals, so don't worry if they don't resonate with you personally. That doesn't mean the rest of the message isn't for you. I just like to share the details that come through as they appear. I'm also picking up the names Roger and Gregory. Now, with the word scientist, it feels like it's speaking to someone you've connected with. And just to clarify, these connections aren't limited to romantic ones. Yes, for some of you, it could involve romance, but for others, I'm getting that this could be people who admire you in a professional setting, like a boss who wants to promote you or hire you, or individuals who are drawn to you in some way. The phrase, seek you out, is standing out to me. It's like people are being drawn to you on a deeper, spiritual level, even if they don't consciously understand why. They're searching for something, and you hold that energy. I know we're diving into some very quantum territory here, but since I felt such a strong pull to record this reading from the start, I believe I'm tuning into the collective energy of many of you here on this channel. I really feel like someone needed to hear this message today. Now, let's go back to the word scientist. I'm picking up that many of the people you connect with tend to approach your energy or your connection from a very logical standpoint. It's almost like they're trying to figure it out, like a scientist analysing something in a very practical, concrete way. I also pulled some additional words: Edward, Italy, and left. These could be significant for certain individuals. A lot of the people you connect with seem to be represented by the temple path reversed. When I say they seek you out, it's because they've become disconnected from their soul's highest timeline. They're kind of floating through lower vibrational or mediocre timelines, telling themselves, this is just how life is. I'm hearing that many of these individuals tend to be inherently pessimistic or look at life with a negative outlook. They might think things like, this is as good as it gets, or everyone is struggling in the same way. This mindset comes from their own disconnect from their higher potential. And logically, thinking back to that scientific mindset, they believe that this is just the way life is for everyone. But on a soul level, they know deep down that there's so much more available to them. That's why they're drawn to you on a spiritual level, often seeking you out in the quantum realm. Sometimes, they might even come to you in your dreams. You may have vivid dreams about strangers or people you've never met before. They might be reaching out to you in the astral realm, connecting with you while you sleep. Even if you're not consciously aware of it, these connections can show up in your dream state. One sign that you're connecting with these individuals in your dreams is waking up feeling like you've just finished a long shift at work. Even though you've had a full night of sleep, you might feel physically, mentally, or emotionally drained. It's as if your spirit has been busy doing something behind the scenes, running around in the astral realm. However, you might not always remember exactly who you were connecting with or what you were doing during sleep. That sense of busyness or chaos you feel could be a sign that you've been unconsciously interacting with these individuals who are seeking you out spiritually. These connections may be slipping into your conscious mind, leaving you with that residual feeling of spiritual activity. Despite these individuals being disconnected from their highest path, often viewing life through a pessimistic or logical lens in the physical world, they still have a deeper, soul-level awareness that something more is possible for them. And that's where you come in. You show them that more is not only possible, but available to them. My guides are telling me that through this reading, we're going to talk about various groups of people you interact with. I just saw the number 1212, which could hold significance for someone. I feel like we're about to explore different groups and dynamics that might connect in your mind to specific individuals in your life. When this message resonates with a particular person in your life, you'll feel a clear sense of alignment, almost like an internal click. That feeling will tell you that part of the reading is meant for you. However, if you don't feel that resonance at any point, it might just mean that the specific group being discussed isn't relevant to you at this time. My guides are also highlighting that this video is especially timeless. While all the readings I create on this channel are meant to be timeless, this one truly stands out because it speaks to the different people and groups you connect with in various ways. Even if parts of it don't resonate right now, I encourage you to come back to it in the future. Over time, new groups of people may cross your path, and you'll find that certain messages hit differently as your energy evolves. After all, time doesn't really exist at the quantum level or in the realm of energy. Now, let's dive deeper into these individuals who may be disconnected from their highest path. We have the Queen of Swords showing up, representing people who have lost touch with their highest timeline. Aligning with your highest path is a deeply emotional process, requiring you to be in tune with your feelings. Emotions are like a compass, guiding you step by step toward your soul's true purpose. However, these individuals have repressed their emotions, and this often ties back to a mother wound. They may not have felt safe enough to fully open up to or receive nurturing from a mother figure in their life. Instead, they took on the role of the peacekeeper, learning to keep things calm by pushing down their feelings and denying their emotional needs. Right away, I'm sensing that for many of you divine feminines tuning in, I might actually be speaking to a part of your past. You may carry this very mother wound within you. This won't resonate with everyone, but for someone here, this experience could be a significant part of your journey. If it does resonate, it's likely because you've walked through it and emerged stronger. And now, you're equipped to help guide others who are navigating similar challenges. There may have been a time when you repressed or denied your emotions because you learned, whether consciously or unconsciously, that this was the way to keep the peace in your home. But as you've grown, you've expanded your capacity to feel and express those emotions. This shift has been a powerful catalyst for your personal evolution. By staying connected to your feelings, you've aligned with your highest timeline, and this has allowed you to shine as a guiding light for others. Your emotional journey has been crucial to your spiritual growth because it was one of the core wounds that had previously held you back from reaching your fullest potential. This is a side note, but if I'm speaking to you, it's incredibly important to keep the channels open, especially the creative ones, that allow you to stay connected to your emotions. Don't underestimate the power of these outlets. This could be through artistic expression, music, or any form of creativity. Perhaps it's through conversations with a counselor, guide, coach, or therapist, or maybe it's through journaling. There are so many ways to stay in touch with your emotional experience, but the key message here is to place value and emphasis on the activities that nurture that connection. This deep, raw, and clear emotional connection you have with your own feelings allows you to naturally tune into your intuition. Your intuition becomes a powerful compass, guiding you towards alignment with your highest timeline. By staying in touch with your emotions, you're not only growing yourself, but also helping others who might still be repressing their emotions, just as you may have done in the past. What I'm sensing with this particular group of individuals is that they've learned to disconnect from their intuition by shutting down their emotional experiences. This disconnection is reflected in cards like the High Priestess reversed and the Justice card reversed. They've been avoiding the consequences of repressing their emotions and ignoring their intuition for a long time. But now, these consequences are starting to catch up with them. This is one of the reasons they feel drawn to you on a deeper soul level. My guides are now guiding me to move forward and focus on the next group of people you seem to be connecting with. However, I feel the need to mention that there may be some overlap between these groups. In fact, the individual you're thinking of may fall into multiple groups, or certain aspects of them might resonate with several groups. You'll feel a unique resonance within yourself when I tap into a dynamic that's relevant to you, so trust that inner knowing. The main purpose of this reading, though it's a bit different from your typical collective messages, is to bring clarity to a specific group of divine feminines who continuously experience a recurring pattern. Individuals who are deeply drawn to you but seem to suddenly disappear from your life without explanation. These individuals tend to pull away from your life by disconnecting themselves from your vibrational frequency, temporarily stepping away from your high vibrational timeline. I'm sensing that it's really important not to take this personally, even though it may feel like they are ghosting, ignoring, or rejecting you. The truth is, they aren't really leaving your life. They're just not able to keep up with your energy at the moment. This doesn't mean that you haven't played or aren't playing a powerful role in their lives. It also doesn't mean they won't eventually be able to align with your higher vibration and reconnect with you physically in the future. I'm hearing the word temporary strongly. Often when someone disconnects in this way, it's only a temporary phase. It doesn't mean they are gone for good. It's simply that they're not ready yet, but they might be in the future. Now, let's move on to the next group of people coming through here. Again, there may be some overlap, so stay open to what resonates with you. This time, we're looking at the Knight of Swords reversed. These are people who are fully aware that they dropped the ball. For many of you, these individuals may come from past romantic situations. People who had a window of opportunity to connect with you, but didn't follow through. These connections, especially when they're romantic, are layered and complex. I keep hearing the word synchronicity as it relates to these connections. These individuals feel a pull to you on a soul level. And when you eventually meet in person, there's often a powerful psychic build-up leading up to that moment. That build-up creates an intense, almost magnetic attraction between you two. It doesn't matter who feels that pull first. Whether it's you or them, the attraction is undeniable and deeply mutual. I keep hearing, "Don't mess up, don't mess up." It's like their higher self is sending a message to their physical self, urging them. This divine feminine is important. Don't let this slip away. Although this dynamic mostly applies to romantic situations, it doesn't have to be strictly that. For many of these people, the connection with you feels like a rare opportunity, a window of time to build something meaningful. My guides are also sharing some initials that might resonate with someone here: L, E, R, O, and Y. Along with that, the words freedom and bound keep coming through. It feels like these words highlight an internal tug-of-war within these individuals. There's a conflict between their desire for freedom and their fear of being tied down to something. These people tend to value their independence highly and might show avoidant tendencies when it comes to relationships. This internal struggle could be one reason why things seem to unravel or disconnect between you. Your openness may trigger their fear of being bound, leading them to pull away. What you actually trigger in these individuals is the realization that you are someone they could genuinely see themselves with long term. There's a romantic energy here that's hard to ignore. For many of you, this feels like a deep romantic connection. It's as if they start telling themselves, "This is the kind of person I could build a future with, someone I could truly be bound to and connect with." Their heart is drawn to this idea, but their overwhelming desire for freedom takes center stage. These individuals prioritize their freedom, often at the cost of their own happiness. They long to feel completely untethered, avoiding anything that might restrict them. But, ironically, this need for freedom leaves them feeling ungrounded, causing them to miss out on the very things they desire most. They fear that by getting too close to what they truly want, they might lose their sense of independence. Interestingly, as I channel this energy, I feel that some of you divine feminines may have experienced this internal conflict within yourself. You carry a free, untethered energy, but at times, you've been presented with opportunities that bring a sense of stability and groundedness. Opportunities that fulfill everything you've desired. Yet, a part of you wonders, will this take away my freedom? This dynamic seems to be about finding the balance between freedom and stability, allowing yourself to embrace opportunities that truly align with you while still maintaining your autonomy. These are things you've manifested on a soul level, but they come with the need for a bit of grounding and commitment. What I'm picking up with this group is that they often let go of the very things that could bring them lasting happiness, things they've been asking for on a deeper soul level, simply because those things trigger their fear. They think, what if this is it for me? What if this connection ties me down forever? Romantically speaking, this dynamic feels like someone who's been searching for the one their whole life, but has always prioritized their freedom above all else. They're terrified of being tied down, yet they deeply crave that special soul-deep connection. Then, when they finally meet someone who embodies everything they've ever dreamed of, their fear of losing their freedom outweighs their desire to embrace what their heart truly wants. When they see you, they recognize every quality they've longed for. I'm hearing the words, absolute dream person, or everything I've been waiting for. You represent everything they've wanted in a partner. But when the connection finally arrives, they've become so accustomed to being free and untethered that the very thing they've longed for scares them. This fear comes from the fact that being with you would require them to be more vulnerable than they're used to. In the past, they could convince themselves to shut off emotionally by saying, well, this person isn't the one anyway, or this isn't really everything I wanted. But with you, there's no denying it. They know you are exactly what they've been waiting for. I'm sensing that these individuals, whoever they may be, are the type who, deep down, are thinking the whole time, I can't mess this up. I don't want to mess this up. This is my dream person. And yet, despite this deep desire, they do mess it up. Why? Because you trigger a profound fear within them. The fear of having exactly what they've always dreamed of. The thought of having you means they would have to open up, become vulnerable, and truly commit to the connection. It's a fear of locking this in, of realizing that you are the one for them, and that terrifies them. Wow, there's so much coming through in this energy. Let's dive deeper. The magnetism between the two of you is undeniably strong, and while it absolutely serves a spiritual purpose, this dynamic can be emotionally disruptive when they choose to pull away or become avoidant. This is the kind of connection where you feel that pull just as strongly as they do, and you're ready to lean into it. Interestingly, I just pulled the Lover's card at the bottom of the deck, which further confirms this powerful energy. You can sense the deep lover's energy at play here. These are connections with soulmate or twin flame potential. When you meet someone like this, you might feel like you check all of each other's boxes. There's a magnetic, undeniable sense that this is a soul-level connection. But when they choose to shut down or pull away, it can throw everything into emotional chaos, especially for you. This is the type of connection that often triggers obsessive thinking, anxiety, and a sense of spiraling. From a spiritual perspective, this reaction actually makes a lot of sense. If you find yourself spiraling, don't blame yourself. It's totally natural. There's such a powerful soul bond here that when the other person shuts it off due to their own fears, it can make you feel ungrounded and unsettled. This is why it's so important to approach these kinds of connections with strong, clear boundaries to protect your own energy while navigating the intensity of the bond. When you start to feel that sense of depletion, that urge to reach or chase after something, it's so important to return to your center. One of the powerful quotes I've been meditating on lately, and one I may share on my Instagram at Magnetize Official, feel free to follow me there, is this: nothing that is truly meant for you will require you to reach outside of yourself in order to connect with it. I'm going to say that again because it's a mantra that has helped me stay grounded and balanced. I hope it brings you the same peace and realignment. Nothing that is truly meant for you will require you to reach outside of yourself in order to connect with it. I encourage you to repeat this mantra, or something similar, in your mind throughout the day, especially during those small moments of doubt, or when you feel the urge to chase. This doesn't only apply to the specific dynamic we're channeling right now, but to everything. Whenever you feel yourself pushing, chasing, or stretching for something, whether it's a person, a relationship, a job, or anything else, take a moment to pause and remind yourself of your natural magnetism. At the core of this channel, Magnetize Yourself, is the belief that you are inherently magnetic. Every time you return to your center, your authenticity, and your open-heartedness, you activate that magnetism. You become this radiant force, a center of gravity, effortlessly pulling everything that aligns with you into your orbit. That's your natural state. If you ever feel yourself reaching, it's a sign that something is out of alignment. It's a trigger, a wound, a fear or anxiety that has caused you to slip into a state of trying to prove your worth or force something to want you. That's not magnetism. That's the opposite. But the wonderful news is, you can always shift back into your natural magnetic state. Affirm this for yourself. You are a beautiful, powerful, magnetic, divine being. Nothing that is truly meant for you will ever pass you by. To close out this reading today, I'll pull one final Rumi oracle card for you. Let's see. And the card that comes through is Resplendent with Grace. It's interesting that the word grace has come through because it has been coming up strongly for me lately. I also recently heard it in connection with the idea of having a light touch. As we move into 2025, I've been picking up on messages that so much of your power will come from maintaining a light touch. This means returning to your center and allowing things that are in alignment with you to naturally gravitate toward you. It's about how you respond, connect, and interact with ease and grace, because you've already done all the preparatory work. It's like you've laid the foundation for the powerful manifestations heading your way. Now, it's about sustaining those higher vibrational states and letting everything unfold naturally. The momentum is already there. It's all happening for you. Let me read a little from the guidebook. Is it difficult to see your magnificence without a mirror the size of the galaxy? How could you possibly witness all that you are? You must catch glimpses of your truth now and then. Oh, if you could see yourself as I see you, in all your glorious fullness of being. Even the most stubbornly persistent fears would be unable to withstand the sight of your magnificent beating heart, so wild with life. At the sight of that wild heart, you would call all your fears close, soothing them with your words of love, like children in need of tenderness and quiet. You may be wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. The message here is clear. You are already well equipped to do so. You possess within your soul more than enough grace to see you through anything you dare to envision for yourself. Success is already yours, but you must believe in your readiness, your ability, and your capacity to take this next step on your journey. That feels like a beautiful place to close this reading. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Official. If you resonate with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here. And, as always, if anything in this reading connected with you deeply, I would love to hear from you in the comments section. Have an amazing week, and I'll connect with you again in the next video.